Well, from crime to foreign policy, what is your party's position on Canada's interest in Afghanistan? How long will we be there? And how do you plan to decide when we should withdraw? Let's start with Axel.
You know, Afghanistan is such a tough issue, and I think anyone who tries to paint it black and white is really doing a disservice to Canada, our young men and women who are there. There are no black and whites, and there are very many good arguments for being there. There are very many arguments for not being there, and it is a very divisive issue with Canadians. Let me say that there is absolute total agreement, however, between the Liberal Party and the Conservative Party on this. And as proof of that, it was the Liberal Party that voted on the extension, together with the Conservatives, to keep our forces in Afghanistan until 2011. And as the Prime Minister has recently restated, our forces will be out of Afghanistan by 2011. If that is an issue for you, I will tell you, there's one leader who has always said that he would pull troops out immediately, and that is the leader of the NDP. Above and beyond that, I think the Liberals will play politics with this issue, but they voted for it. The Prime Minister tried to go out and get he tried to have a non-partisan committee by having it headed by ex-Deputy Premier Manley, Prime Minister Manley, who came back with a report that has been fully accepted by the Prime Minister, and that's what we're acting on. So let's see if Mr. Wrzesnewskyj wants to take issue with his party's position in supporting the Conservative strategy.
Boris.
Well, you said that the Liberal Party was in absolute total agreement. The party was in agreement, but not in absolute total agreement. There were 6 members of the party that did not vote in favor of the extension. I was one of those 6. When Mr. Bush made the decision to go into Iraq, Afghanistan was lost. We're not winning the war of insurgency in Iraq. And this notion that came out that if you send in an additional 1,000 troops and a few helicopters would win the war for us was clearly not based on reality. If we're not going to win the war, why would we send what's best from this country, our young men and women, to die for a cause that we will not win? And we're now pulling out in 2011. That's why, once again, I saw that as an issue of life and death, war and peace, and I took a principled stand, and I was one of 6. And let me address another issue.